Okay, I'm gonna show you some life clues, or maybe you call them seasons. So I'm gonna show you this. I need you to get a pen and some paper, and we're gonna do two examples. One, it'll be of places we lived, and the other will be relationships, because that's always fun. So let's start with writing down places that we've lived. Just write all of them down, all of the places you can think of. So I'm just gonna write mine down. I probably should have did this first, but I'm just gonna put some down. So what's gonna happen is when you start to write these down, you're gonna start to see some things that they all have in common. What is that? Commonality? Is that the word? So you're gonna see that. So this is 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna write down another one. 7200 Beacon. So once you have written down all of your addresses, like I said, as many as you can remember, think of, whatever you have is fine. So here's a list of addresses that I wrote down for me. Now, what I want you to, so yours is most likely gonna be different from mine. So what you need to do is look at what these addresses, what is the one thing that they all have in common. So for me, it would be this. So 2722, 270, 7200. So let's just say all of these places I lived, of the 5, these 3 were the places where I felt most at home. Okay, so that's something that they have in common. So the other places, maybe they were temporary, in between moving or whatever the case may be. So just kind of want to point that out. So another thing is, I'm going to write down another address. And this address, I didn't even notice this. So this address is, well, they're all made up, but this address, I can't even, was the address of my dream home. So I happened to be looking online, and I was like, oh, I fell in love with this house. It had everything I ever wanted in a house. And I looked, after the fact, and guess what? The numbers were the same as the numbers where the other places I lived, where they felt like home. Okay, you kind of getting it now? This video, it definitely isn't for everyone. But if it's for you, let me know. So anyway, so just wanted to share that with you. And then now let's do one with relationships. So here we are, relationships. Okay, so what you want to do now is you want to write down all the birthdays of those that you dated. So this is kind of fun. So let's say January 1, February 10th, March 31st. So let's see, December 9th. So we have these birthdays. Oh, I'm sorry, before I go here, also when you're doing the addresses, it may not, for me it's numbers. For you, it may be the apartment number, it may be the name of the street. They're all named after presidents, or cereal, or a color, or you know, whatever the case is, okay? But the object is to see what they have in common and how you felt there, and even look at where you are right now. If you are in a dress where it doesn't fit in with everything else, then maybe it's just a temporary spot. So, okay, back to relationships. So here we are. We have the birthdays of everyone we've dated, right? So we have those birthdays, and okay, where's my pen? And we're gonna notice that 3 of them have something in common, that their birthdays January, February, March. So it's like, oh, okay, everyone I've dated or been attracted to, their birthday is always between January 1st and March 31st. So what about your spouse? Write down, if you have a spouse or had a spouse, where was, you know, their birthday, or a best friend. So for me, I would say my best friend was, let's see, if this is January, February, March, let's do April. Let's do April 1st. That was my best friend. So it kind of ties all into that same season. The people that I dated, my best friend, write down your spouse. Maybe your spouse is December 9th. Maybe that's good for you. Excuse me. You have to look at who you dated. Some of them didn't make the cut, and they have different birthdays. But the point is, you were attracted to this person, and the one thing that they all have in common is, you know, maybe their birthdays. Or let's try one other thing. What if they all had just regular names like Peter, Paul, John, and then the person that you married, maybe they have an African name. It's just something different, something stands out. And when you start to look at some of the things that you've done and how you felt when you were in those places, it kind of gives you, I won't say kind of, it does give you some direction, and it will like expose to you, reveal to you like how you are, what you were thinking, how you were feeling, which way you're headed next. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll read through the video.